it's Jim from landsforyou.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to check out the terrain and the topography of some land that you might be interested in buying. So the first thing you need to know when you're looking at some land is you want to make sure you have two things, the county and the parcel number or the APN number. So I have a couple of APN numbers right here. They're both in Apache County, Arizona. And so what we need to do is access the GIS website. So we're going to go to Apache County GIS. We're just going to go to GIS mapping. And then we're going to go to interactive maps. Now, if you don't know where the map is online, you can always call the county and you can say, can you please tell me where the county map is where I can see the topography, and they'll be able to help you out. We're going to click OK. Just move myself out of the way. Then it's going to say find address, parcel, or owner. So we're going to take the parcel number, and you got to sometimes put the dashes in, and it should pop right up. So we're going to go to parcel, and that takes us right here, which is one of the parcels that my wife and I own. Now, one of the things you can do to check out topography is you can go to the contouring map. So let me see, contour, contour, yeah, 50-foot contours. And if we just select that one, now we can see over here there's an elevation change. There's an elevation change here. Okay, so around here there's some sharp elevation changes right here. 50 feet, that's kind of a lot. So it looks like the surrounding area has some elevation changes. Now what we can also do is we can say, okay, let's see if we can find the topography. So there's actually a topographic, I don't know if it's topographic or topographic gallery, and you can click on that, and that'll give us a little more insight. So again, we can see lots of ridges down here, lots of changes in elevation right here. This particular parcel doesn't look too bad. We see some over here, but our particular parcel looks like it's going to be pretty flat, not going to have any large jumps. So with that being said, we're going to do one other bit of analysis. We're going to write down 35.139. So let's go 5.139, and then we're also going to get the negative 109.395, so negative 109.395. And with this, we're going to paste it into, now we can either go to Google Maps, and we can do it. So we can either go to Maps, just paste that right in there, and then we can just look at it. We can just eyeball it, right? And we can see, okay, this looks pretty flat right here. It's right by the road. But if we zoom out here, we can see, ooh, those are some ridges right there. There's some washes. And it looks a little bit like there's some elevation changes. But right in here, it looks pretty fine. But down here, it looks a little bit rocky. Then we can also check Google Earth. So if you go to Google Earth and you paste in the GPS coordinates, you go to search, it'll actually zoom you right to the property. And now you can even get a better view. You can zoom in like this. You can actually pan up. Oops. And you can get a good overview. Now that looks pretty flat. That actually looks pretty decent. You could definitely buy and build on this. Now this one, you're seeing a lot of, like this would be a rough corner. It looks like it starts to change elevation down here. It looks like it's quite sharp down here. And then down here, it's a lot rockier and a lot more elevation changes, and throughout. So there's like this long band here. But for our purposes, we can really, let's just zoom in and get a really good view. We can, let me see if we can tilt it up and then zoom in even more. Yeah, so it looks pretty flat. It looks like something that's, not bad at all. We can even look off in the distance. And let's see if we can just spin around and we can just get kind of a panoramic view. So it looks like there's maybe some mountains off in the distance. And, sorry, let me just try and, yeah, now we can see down here it's a lot more uneven in terms of the topography. Yeah, especially down here, which is consistent with what we saw at the GIS. So decent views around, but yeah, it looks like our parcel right up here that's closest to the road avoids a lot of that, so that's good. We want it nice and flat to build on, and we don't want to, have giant, changes in elevation, so that's good. So that's how we would check one. Let's check one more. Let's put in the other property. So let's go right here. I'm going to select that parcel. Okay. Now it looks like there's one of those 50-foot contour changes up here. And then if we go here and select topographic. Okay, so it looks pretty much the same. Doesn't look like there's massive changes really anywhere. But it looks like up here there's probably an elevation change. Let me just take a look at the imagery one. So pretty much there's not a ton of development here. And so again, let's take that GPS coordinate, which is going to be right down here. Let me just put my cursor right back. That's going to be 34.362, whoops, negative 109.604. Okay, and then what we can do, we can paste it right into let's try that. There we go. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's too much elevation changes. They had mentioned some right around here, but nothing really on this parcel right here. It looks pretty sparse. Looks like there's good road access. So let's check one last place. Let's check Google Earth again. And let's go flying. See where that puts us. Okay. So right around here, yeah, we can get a zoom in and not too much in the way of an elevation change. And we can maybe zoom in a little bit more. So that's it. So if you take a look this way on the land that's nearby it, we might see some elevation changes. Yeah, it looks like there's some elevation changes out here. And but yeah, nothing too bad. Looks pretty flat right around here. And it looks like a pretty decent area to go exploring. Looks like there's an elevation change maybe right up there. But yeah, nothing we'd need to be concerned about if we're just concerned about our own little parcel down here and building and maybe camping over there. It should be fine. So that's it. That's how you search for elevation. Again, you don't have to use all the tools. You can also call the county directly and you can ask for their assistance if it's in a county where they don't have, they maybe don't have a GIS. You can call them up and say, hey, I'm looking to check out the topography. What can you tell me about it? And they can help you out. They can show you on the GIS map where it is. A lot of counties will actually have a GIS department where they're responsible for maintaining this data. So I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me, sales@landsforyou.com, or you can just visit our website at landsforyou.com. Thanks. Bye.